The Indiana Fever just won a major game against the Seattle Storm, and we have to break it all down. Aliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell were literally spectacular in this game. Kelsey Mitchell was amazing. She had 26 points on 8 for 14 shooting from the field and 5 for 7 shooting from the three. Her last two games have been exceptional. She's combined for 46 points in those past two games, and Kelsey Mitchell was a player coming into the month of June saying that she was hoping to get out of her shooting slump, hoping to have another great June like she usually does every year. Well, the majority of June has been pretty bad for Kelsey Mitchell, but you see at the end of June here, she's getting into a groove. This is what I like to see from Kelsey Mitchell. This team is going to be 10 times better so long as Kelsey Mitchell continues playing at this level. Last year when the Indiana Fever were at their peak, they were at their peak because Kelsey Mitchell was consistently giving you 20, 25 points every single game alongside Caitlin Clark. And obviously Caitlin Clark had a bad game today, and we're going to get into that. But Kelsey Mitchell having a big game like she did in Aliyah Boston, also having 30 points in this game, was a big reason why the Indiana Fever were able to win. Dontis was also exceptional in this game. She made some big-time shots. She always plays good defense. I'm so sad to see her leave for a few weeks to go play ball overseas, but I'm glad that Stephanie White played her in this game instead of playing Brianna Turner, because why would you give Brianna Turner minutes over Dontis with everything she's been showing you over the past few games? And I also want to give a big shout-out to Lexi Hull with this win. She was spectacular. She played with effort. She made some big-time shots. She made some layups. She was arguably the third best player on the court. And you also have to tip your hat off to Stephanie White with this victory. She was a good coach today, and I like the fact that she had her team running coming out of halftime. That was one of the biggest problems the Fever have had. You know, they've had double-digit leads in their past two games against the Aces and the Valkyries going into halftime, and they blew those leads in the third quarter mainly because the Indiana Fever came off allowing themselves to get hit and not hitting back. Well, this time in the third quarter, this team came out with energy. They came out with effort. They weren't slow like in the other games, and they hit first. They made shots first in the second half, which helped the Indiana Fever grow the lead. They had a 30-19 advantage in the third quarter, and that's because they came out with energy and effort, and that's something that we did not see in the last couple games. And Caitlin Clark did not shoot the ball well in this game. She's 1 for 23 from the three-point line in her past three games. She's in a big-time slump right now, and we're all hoping Caitlin Clark can get out of it soon. I trust that she will, but I like to see the Indiana Fever finding a way to win even with their star player not playing well. And I'm super excited to get into the film because it is a very fun one, y'all. And I want you to look at this beautiful play call from Stephanie White. This is a double screen action for Caitlin Clark, and off that double screen action, Aliyah Boston has a wide open lane. She takes it, and she gets an easy layup. Good pass from Caitlin Clark. And this is what I like to see for Aliyah Boston. Off that pick and roll to the basket. If you're Aliyah, Caitlin Clark is going to get you the ball. Easy layups. You saw this early on for Aliyah Boston, and the Indiana Fever attacked that. This is a good coaching move to decide that we're going to go to this early on in the game. It helped the Indiana Fever get momentum, and it helped them get in a groove early on in this game. And I want you guys to look at this next play. Caitlin Clark misses this shot from the logo. It's a pretty good look for Caitlin Clark, the look she usually likes to take. She just misses it. It's not a bad miss. She's just been missing over the past three games. 1 for 23 from the three-point line is atrocious. She's going to get out of the slump soon, though. But what I like to see is Dontis getting this rebound and going back up with it. She was really good in this game. And one thing the Indiana Fever did well was get rebounds. They were able to corral the ball. And there were some times where they gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, but there were certain stretches in this game where they went 3-4 minutes getting all the rebounds, getting even offensive rebounds like they did on this play. And Dontis was really solid in this game. She made some big shots. She played good interior defense. She's always a solid player. So once again, it's going to be really sad to see her go away for a couple of weeks, but hopefully this momentum can carry over into overseas basketball and carry back over to the Indiana Fever when she comes back. And I want y'all to look at this next play. The Indiana Fever are down 3 points with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. And look at what Kelsey Mitchell does. She brings it up the court, stops on a dime, shoots this three-point jump shot. That is the Kelsey Mitchell we know and love. That is the Kelsey Mitchell from last year. That is what she loves to do. Play fast in transition, stop on a dime, shoot those three-point shots. In this game, she got hot. She caught fire really quickly. And this is what I love to see from Kelsey Mitchell because she's one of the best shot makers in the WNBA. When she gets into her groove, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are the best backcourt in the WNBA, one of the best backcourts this league has seen probably ever, if not the best backcourt this league has ever seen. When it comes to shot making, when it comes to the three-point range, these two players can do a whole lot. So seeing Kelsey Mitchell get into a groove right here is great. Hopefully Caitlin Clark can get into a groove as well, and then we're going to be blessed with a lot of fun basketball. And I want y'all to look at this next play. Caitlin Clark comes off a screen here, and she cuts into the paint. The defense decides to collapse on her instead of giving her an open layup. And look at this pass she throws out to Dontis on the corner, and she drills it. Dontis, once again, is a great player for this Indiana Fever team. She can shoot the ball. She can make layups. She plays interior defense. I think she was one of the big reasons why the Indiana Fever won this game. Now, I want y'all to look at this beautiful play from the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark is getting the ball to Kelsey Kelsey Mitchell, who's coming off a screen from Aliyah Boston off ball. And off that screen, notice how these two defenders are stepping up to Kelsey Mitchell, allowing Aliyah to have that wide open lane, easy layup. I like that assist right here. I like this play from the Indiana Fever. It's just good basketball, good ball movement. You got enough off-ball screens being set and defensive attention being drawn to Kelsey Mitchell because she's hot so far in this game. That's allowing Aliyah Boston to get open. And one thing that Indiana Fever did amazing in this game was they played fast. They're at their best when they're pushing the pace in transition, like off this play right here. The rebound goes to Sophie Cunningham. What is she doing? She's playing with speed, rushing up the court. Kelsey Mitchell's coming around looking for the basketball. They find that connection. Big time three-point shot from Kelsey Mitchell. She was just on one in this game. Her shot was falling. She was deep in her bag like the fries were at the bottom. She was just in a groove. She was on a different type of timing. I love what I saw from Kelsey Mitchell in this game, and I love the fact that the Indiana Fever are playing fast, allowing Kelsey Mitchell to get these looks. And I want you to look at the very next play. Kelsey Mitchell does miss this mid-range jump shot, but look at Aliyah Boston getting the offensive rebound here. They did a good job of rebounding in this game, and look at Aliyah Boston just going to work against that smaller player. Aliyah Boston was a force to be reckoned with in this game. 30 points is no joke, and what I love about Aliyah Boston's 30 points in this game was that it was not a hard 30 points. It was not a 30 points where she struggled. It wasn't as difficult as Kelsey Mitchell's 26 points. It was an easy 30 points. It was 30 points that came from just taking what the defense gave her. They allowed her to get open off those slips a whole lot of the time until she rolled, and she had amazing touch around the rim like she usually does, and she was able to rack up 30 easy points in this game. I love what I saw from Aliyah Boston, and she is evolving. She's getting better. She's going to be very good for a very long time, especially playing alongside Caitlin Clark. And I want y'all to look at this next play. Damaris Dantas misses a three-point shot at the top of the key, right? But I want you to look at how the rebound ends up in Kelsey Mitchell's hands. She pump fakes one dribble to the side, hits that three-point jump shot. This is where she is at her best. All she needs to do is get the ball off the catch, maybe take a dribble, maybe not, and then shoot the basketball, and Kelsey Mitchell is just in her groove. Kelsey Mitchell is at her best when she's hitting shots. Hopefully she can continue this. The past two games have been great for Kelsey Mitchell. We have been beckoning for Kelsey Mitchell to start playing better, to finally get into a groove, and she's finally out of that slump, it seems. And if she keeps playing like this, the Indiana Fever can really make a real playoff run. Do I think they're going to be contenders? Well, I stand on the idea that the Indiana Fever cannot win a championship without any interior defense. That was bad in this game, but I do think they can go pretty far in the playoffs and win some games against some good teams so long as they continue playing this way offensively. And I want us to appreciate Lexi Hull because she was amazing in this game. She scored, she played defense, she got rebounds, she was a hustler. Look at her getting this steal right here, just stretching her arms out, getting that deflection, and then getting it in transition, making that layup on the other end. This is all initiated by Lexi Hull. Playing defense, getting a steal, and then on the other end, playing with effort, playing with speed, getting a layup. Lexi Hull does so much for this team. These little sparks help you win these games. Now, I want you guys to look at this next play. Caitlin Clark comes off a screen with Aliyah Boston, and what do the defenders do? They bulk up on Caitlin Clark, allowing Aliyah Boston to get a wide open lane. But when Caitlin Clark gets the ball to Aliyah Boston, notice how the defensive attention once again collapses on Aliyah Boston. This is what I was talking about in my last video that I wanted to see Aliyah Boston do more of. See, when that defensive attention comes and helps on her, she's got to kick it out. And look at how she finds Lexi Hull in that corner who's drilling the shot. Lexi Hull's shot's just been automatic lately. She was 50% from the three-point line in this game. She's shooting it over 55% from the three in the season. 55% is absolutely insane. The best spot-up shooter in the WNBA by far is Lexi Hull. Shout out to her. She was great in this game, and I love to see the Indiana Fever using the defensive attention that Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston are drawing to their advantage. And once again, Kelsey Mitchell was on a different type of timing today. Look at her stepping back for this deep two. What a shot. What a move. She's just deep in her bag today, man. She's on different levels, and when Kelsey Mitchell plays good, this team is 10 times better than when she's not. Look, this team has been struggling lately, but Kelsey Mitchell has been struggling lately as well. When Kelsey Mitchell finally steps up and she finally plays basketball at the level that we saw from her last year, then we might actually get a Fever team that outperforms the way they are looking last year. But right now, this Fever team hasn't even been better than they were last year, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that Kelsey Mitchell hasn't been performing. As she gets better, this team will get better. All we need now is Caitlin Clark to break out of her slump, and hopefully soon we can get a game where Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are playing well. We haven't seen that a lot. We've seen games where Caitlin Clark is playing well and Kelsey Mitchell's nowhere to be found. We've seen games now where Kelsey Mitchell's playing well and Caitlin Clark is nowhere to be found. Hopefully we can see some games like last year where these two players can combine for 50 to 60. And I want y'all to look at this next play. What a spin by Kelsey Mitchell. She's going down low on that baseline, throws a beautiful pass to Lexi Hull in the corner, and she drills the shot. Once again, Lexi Hull, her three-point shot is looking beautiful. She is 55% from the three-point line this season. That is literally insane, y'all. Steph Curry is a guy who shoots it around 40% from the three-point line on his career. Now, granted, Steph Curry is shooting 10 threes in a game, and Lexi Hole is not doing anywhere near that, so I'm not trying to compare them. I'm also not going to act like Lexi Hole is shooting shots to the difficulty of Steph Curry. But still, there are spot-up shooters like a Klay Thompson, like a Kyle Korver, and those players don't shoot it over 50% from the three-point line. That is still crazy for a player who's spot-up shooting, and she's been doing this since last year. Last year, she was above 45% from the three-point line. Lexi Hole is just on a different level right now, and I love what I'm seeing from her catch and shooting. And I want you to look at this next play. Caitlin Clark is shooting a heat check here. She's trying to give her team the momentum in the lead, and that shot is just way off. Doesn't even hit the rim, man. Now, Lexi Hole is there to get that rebound and go back up with it. A good effort by Lexi Hole, good rebounding, but Caitlin Clark, the shot is just off. And the mechanics doesn't look too bad here. It looks like a normal shot. Yes, the flick of the wrist is a little weird. It's a little unorthodox. But other than that, she's shooting a normal looking shot. She's just missing it right now. Look, she's making shots before these games. She's making shots in practice. She's just not making them in the game. It's a shooting slump. Great shooters always have slumps. Steph Curry has slumps. Good shooters have slumps. So hopefully Caitlin Clark can get out of this slump as soon as possible. I know she will get out of it. But the question is, how soon will it be? Because the sooner, the better for this Indiana Fever team. And I want you to look at this next play. Kelsey Mitchell comes off the screen here and throws this pass down to Aliyah Boston. I love their two-man. This is the part of the game where they sit Caitlin Clark on the bench, and when Caitlin Clark is on the bench, the lead increases a little bit. Look, Kelsey Mitchell was hot in this game. Caitlin Clark was missing shots. She was turning the ball over. It was good for Stephanie White to go primarily to Kelsey Mitchell for just a stretch in this game to stretch out this lead, and Aliyah Boston once again was great. Look, these are not difficult shots. These are not shots where she has to go one-on-one like Kelsey Mitchell. These are just shots where she can make use of the gravity that Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are drawing, and she can just cut to the basket and get these easy layups up and over the defense. This is what I like to see, and this is that growth from Aliyah Boston where she's not having to have a hard 30 points. It's an easy 30 points. A 30 points where you finish watching the game and you're like, dang, she had 30? That's what I like to see from Aliyah Boston. And look at this play right here. Kelsey Mitchell comes off the screen. She's weaving through the bodies down there, and what a layup and one opportunity from Kelsey Mitchell. She's just playing at a different level right now, man. She's getting down low, making these difficult layups. She's making the three-point shots, the mid-range shots. She's making the right passes. I love what I'm seeing from Kelsey Mitchell, man. If she continues playing like this, man, I'm telling y'all, this Indiana Fever team is finna be different. Do I think they can contend? I still haven't changed my mind. I don't think so, but I do think they can be a really good team so long as Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aliyah Boston show up in these games. If those players can combine for 80 in every single game, there's really no team that they can't beat besides the top of the top in the league. And y'all, I got to show this next one too, because Kelsey Mitchell's just feeling it. In transition, just stops on a dime, shoots his three-point jump shot, and look at the celly after. She pats her own back here. This is what I like to see from Kelsey Mitchell, man. She's just in a groove. I love to see her getting out there making shots because she's been in a slump for so long. To see her finally start making some shots is great because we've all been waiting for it. We all know what Kelsey Mitchell can do. We saw it last year. We've just been patiently waiting, and you know Kelsey Mitchell is the highest of the highest competitors. She wants to win, so she's been definitely bummed out about the fact that she hasn't been making her shots. So it's good to see her making it, good to see her getting out there, feeling good, and this is what you love to see just as a basketball fan. And I want you to look at this effort from the Indiana Fever. Sophie Cunningham gets this steal, and then they end up getting a pass all the way up to Lexi Hole. Easy layup on the other end. The Indiana Fever's defense here is leading to offense. Beautiful pass from Caitlin Clark. She got assists in this game, and she did have turnovers. She did miss shots, but I like the assists she got in this game, and I also loved her energy in this game. She did not let the fact that she was missing shots get to her, and it did not stop her from being a leader on the court. And I want y'all to look at this next play. Sophie Cunningham misses a three, and look at Lexi Hole on the glass, getting that offensive rebound, going back up with it. Once again, the rebounding was great in this game, and it has to do with Lexi Hole. It has to do with effort. These effort plays add up. This is how you get a win. Lexi Hole was playing scrappy in this game, making shots. Everything for Lexi Hole was great in this game. So once again, shout out to Lexi Hole because she was great. And when she plays great, this Indiana Fever team plays 10 times better. She's like the motor for this team. But yeah, from here on out, the Indiana Fever pretty much cruised to a victory. So that's where I'm going to end off the film breakdown because it is getting late and I do want to get this up before IHOP opens in the morning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one because I'm going to cut it short. But I did want to say thank you to everyone who tuned into the live stream earlier and was in the chat. It was great. It was fun watching this game live with everybody. So if you're not tapped in to the live streams, you should be tapped in. Every single time a Fever game is on, you can expect me to be live and we can have some live watch alongs. It's very fun. But once again, this was a big time win for the Indiana Fever. You love to see it. All the role players are getting into it. It was a great coach game. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end off this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did, man. Peace out.